Should the Packers rework Rodgers' deal to make him happy?
No. $90 million is a positive resolution for Aaron Rodgers. But didn't we hear that Aaron Rodgers said it wasn't about the money, Joy, Rick? It wasn't about the money. That's what I heard. Anyway, here's the problem here. If you give this man the $90 million, you know what happens in this relationship? I've been there before. I had one of these back in the days, and I had to get out of it. There's something else that's going to bother you, something else that you have a problem with. You do this $90 million deal, and Aaron Rodgers is still going to show you this disgruntled Aaron Rodgers. It becomes the never-ending story. And he's not a Treyu in this one, Joy. He is the nothing, the nothing that tried to deal and disintegrate the world that existed. That's Aaron Rodgers to the Green Bay Packers. If he starts doing this now, if they continue to appease and try to make Aaron Rodgers happy, then now you run the risk of everybody else handling things the same exact way. So I say absolutely not. You got to put a line in the grass, a line in the dirt, so to speak, Rick.
Well, I disagree. I don't think that they have a lot of options if you're Green Bay, especially because we don't know what's going on with Jordan Love. And if they want to be competitive, which Green Bay is always competitive because they always, at least for the last 30 years, have a first-ballot Hall of Famer throwing the football. We don't know what Jordan Love is. And even if Jordan Love is average, he's not going to be as good as Aaron Rodgers. So we don't really know what the demands and what the issue is with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. We are all assuming that the genesis of this was the Jordan Love draft pick and no communication, and things have kind of spiraled into this drama mess, which we will find out, at least if he's going to be at training camp tomorrow. So we'll find out just how upset he really is and how far he's willing to go. I don't believe it's about the money either, but money, power, respect, the queen, she said it before, they all kind of go together. So whether he really wants this guaranteed money, or it's about the principle of it, that I want to get this bag, and then I also want on the back end a type of contract that I can get out of, similar to Tom Brady. I really think what Aaron Rodgers wants at the end of the day is control over his career. He feels like Green Bay has all the power and control, and that he is a star, and he wants to be able to have some say in his career. That's what I really believe this is all about. And I do think it started with the Jordan Love situation. He went out and won the MVP last year. And so he's just like, I'm just going to do things my way this offseason. I do think he's going to be at training camp. But at the end of the day, this comes down to control. And in some ways, getting that guaranteed money and then having some flexibility on the back ends is what he really wants to show that he has that money, power, and respect.
I'm in the uncomfortable position of having to start this show agreeing with LaVar Arrington, which is not a place that I'm used to being. But there's the old line about if someone shows you who they are, you gotta believe them. And in the case of Aaron Rodgers, if someone tells you what they want, believe them. And everything that Aaron Rodgers has done up until this point, to LaVar's point, is it's not about the money. It's about the people. It's about, I just want to go someplace else at that point. That's what we have heard all off season. And so this idea that now the money is somehow going to fix things, it makes me think of bad relationships where the relationship is troubled and he or she says, well, what can I do? Is there anything I can do to make it better? And the other half says, yeah, buy me a new car. Or, yeah, take me on a cruise. You're not fixing the relationship. You're just placating somebody, seeing how far they can push things. And I can't help but feel at this point, Aaron Rodgers is just seeing how far can I push the Green Bay Packers. And to your point, Joy, yeah, it may be a situation where he's looking at how great he is and how much the Packers have depended on him and saying, you know what, I want that recognized, I want that identified. But the truth of the matter is, NFL teams, no matter who you are, no matter how big of a star you are, the NFL team itself always has the upper hand. So Aaron Rodgers is trying to win a battle that he can't possibly win. And where it leaves the Packers is with the most expensive, the leader of their team, now still feeling uncertain about, are we really in a good place? We paid you to be in a good place, but is that going to be enough? And I just, at this point, if I'm the Packers, I know how good Aaron Rodgers is. I think he's the best quarterback in football. At some point, you turn the page and say, you know what? It's just not worth it because it puts us in a too unsteady place.
You know, I do agree with you, Rick, but I also agree with Joy in the sense that Aaron Rodgers does have the leverage. And yes, the organizations do ultimately get the end result. They do get the end say on everything that happens. But I referenced the Nothing, the movie, the never-ending story. And the interesting thing was that the Nothing was a parasite that kept eating and feeding and messing things up. That's what Aaron Rodgers is doing right now. He has the upper hand in this sense. You got your best receiver showing solidarity with you on social media, posting whatever the cryptic message of the same exact photo that they post on social media. Now you have Zadarius Smith, one of your best defensive players, on the defensive side of the ball posting, I need a realtor. Now, later came out and said it was something different. I mean, it wasn't about me having a problem with them having a problem with my contract or my options that they didn't exercise. But I needed a realtor, right? So now, all of a sudden, this influence of the Nothing, Aaron Rodgers himself, is a parasitic being to this Green Bay Packers organization. The Green Bay Packers may get the last say. They may have the ultimate go on it. But, Joy, I look at it from this perspective. If Aaron Rodgers on his way out, knowing he's on his way out because he has no intentions of being happy in Green Bay, is continuing to poison the well on his way out, then this goes beyond wins and losses for Green Bay. It goes beyond what Aaron Rodgers wants. It has to be a definitive action that takes place that makes this right, even if that means losing in the short term to be able to move on from him.
Look, I've been a fan of a team that did not have a quarterback for a long time. So this parasite you're talking about, if Aaron Rodgers is wrong, I don't want to be right, okay?
Lord.
There is something to having an experience of not having a quarterback, and Green Bay has not known that for decades. They've always had one. So you can sign up for that life if you want to, but it could be a long time before you get one if Jordan Love isn't the guy. So this relationship is over regardless. We know the parents are getting divorced once the kids get to college. So, yeah, a family vacation, Rick, a cruise might be nice, might keep things floating, so to speak. Sorry for my pun, cruise floating. Until you get to the finish line. What is Green Bay trying to win? Are they trying to win a championship? Are they trying to win this PR drama war with Aaron Rodgers and come out on top saying, well, you know, we are setting the standard. It's our way. What is your way? You've won 2 championships in 30 years, and you've had a first-ballot Hall of Famer quarterback for all of that time. So what is the standard in Green Bay? Is it just, you know, being conservative and never really going all the way in? It's, you know, it's all about the organization. That's cute. That's fun. That's not reality anymore. That's not the world we live in. Stars have a lot of power and a lot of leverage. We just showed Jeopardy. They're able to make money outside of the sport. So, yes, the $90 million that's reported, I think, does mean something because it's $90 million guaranteed. And it's about respect with Aaron Rodgers, and I do think it's about he wants some control over his career. And why shouldn't he have that? Who among us doesn't want to have some say, especially if we're in the 1% of the 1% of what we do in the world? It matters. And to me, this is a failure by the Green Bay Packers organization, because whether Aaron Rodgers is difficult or not, he's still Aaron Rodgers at the end of the day. You better get him his red M&Ms and chamomile candles in his room and make sure that he's happy if that's what he wants. Because if you want to win a championship, you need a quarterback. And good luck to you, Godspeed, if you mess this up and you don't have one moving forward.
Joy, I would agree with all that if we knew from the very beginning that what Aaron Rodgers was looking for was security and to be paid guaranteed $45 million for 2 more years. But that's not where this went. And even if it wasn't of Aaron's doing, he allowed it to go there. He allowed us to get this impression that there was something between him and the Green Bay Packers that wasn't right, and it wasn't about money. And it seems kind of strange to me, almost weird, that Aaron Rodgers would want this kind of contract to assure that the Green Bay Packers would not be able to move on from Aaron Rodgers. He's the league MVP. If he needs to move on, if he wants to move on, if the Green Bay Packers decide, you know what, we can do without the league MVP, Aaron Rodgers is not going to be short of suitors. There are going to be plenty of places, quality places for him to play. So the greatest problem that I have with this, and yes, the way the Packers have conducted themselves over the last 10 years has not impressed me. I feel like they've wasted the talent of Aaron Rodgers. But that's not where we are right now. I'm not going to give Aaron Rodgers a pass for confusing the issue and not making it clear what he wants over this offseason simply because the Green Bay Packers haven't been good over the last 10 years or haven't been good by him. So when I look at this particular situation where we are right now, that's where I think, you know what, Green Bay, you've already made your bed. He's obviously disgruntled over what's happened over the last 10 years. You can't fix that. So you might as well see what you can get for that reigning league MVP and turn the page. If
you don't learn from the past, you are destined to repeat the same mistakes that were made therein in your future. I look at this situation, it is much like the Brett Favre situation that, Joy, you have referenced during the course of your discussion points. And Aaron Rodgers is trying to make sure that he can steer clear of being what would be a casualty of the same way that Brett Favre, I believe, went out of Green Bay. So to look at it from the standpoint of putting yourself in a position where it isn't about the money, but if you give me more money, that gives me more power. I've already earned the respect, but you're going to respect me. The ones that could get rid of me, you're ultimately going to have to respect me as well because that money is going to demand your respect. So I can understand where that's coming from, and I can understand not having a quarterback or taking the risk. I agree with all of those things. But for the sake of the decision makers in an ownerless organization where guys will come for the coup, they will come for the throne in a place where there isn't a guy that can definitively say, a person, I don't want to say guy, a person that can definitively say, no, Aaron, you're going to do it this way. Somebody had better do something. Otherwise, you will be winning, but you'll be winning on Aaron Rodgers' terms. And that's something different because then the rest of us is coming for you as well on all these other teams. That's a whole nother conversation.